guys, welcome back to my channel. First, I'm going to apologize for not being here last week. I do believe in consistency, but last week things got serious in this household. We added another member to our family, and today I want to introduce you to that member, so give me 1 second and let me grab her. This is Mimi. Mimi hails from Moscow. We got very lucky last minute because I wanted a New Yorkie. We already have two, one quite older and one who's 3, and we wanted a partner so we can sort of rotate them because I know how difficult it is for a dog when they lose their friend. And so we got her, and so far she's been fantastic. She keeps us up at night. She wakes up at 2 a.m. She slowly crawls into our bed. We have to assist her, of course, because she is, as you can see, very small and doesn't let us sleep, but we love her very much. And even though she doesn't get along with the other 2 dogs yet, she's got so much energy and they just are not taking to it kindly. But we're going to let her go and we'll continue on this week's mission. All right, so one of the issues or problems, and this is a problem solving channel, one of the problems I've realized has kind of returned into my life, even though I'm now working from home, is that when you have something that keeps you up at night, you're tired and confused in the morning, and unless you've prepared in advance and you have your breakfast kind of set out in the fridge or somewhere, you tend to reach for the thing you should not reach for. And that affects your ability to, follow your diet plan or to stay consistent with eating the right amount of calories if you're counting macros, or just having the energy necessary to be physically active. And I realized that if I don't return to my ways of pre-planning for the week, I am not going to be able to be consistent with my goals because I have this wonderful little animal that wakes me up at night and just makes me totally someone that lacks sleep. And so today I want to show you how to make overnight oats. Very simple, very basic. I make it on Sunday. It lasts me through the week. I'm only going to make 3 with you because we also got the Russian channel and we've made 3 there. So now I've got 6. And unless my husband helps me, I don't know what we're going to do with all of it. But I will say that whenever I went to work before, even before I worked from home, due to COVID, here we are, I would prep my breakfast, lunch, and dinner Sunday night. I would box everything and I would prepare it for the week. And that way, all I really had to do was go in the morning before leaving for work, grab my food, whether it was all 3 meals or 2, depending on what my work schedule was that week or that day, and I would just have it with me. Now, it also kept me from reaching for anything else because I already had everything set out, and I knew that if I ate anything extra or, grabbed that donut that someone brought in, I wouldn't eat my food because I wouldn't be hungry, and then that would affect my eating my food, which would spoil, or I'd have to bring it home. So it just really kept me, because of the way I am, away from eating anything extra. Because I do love a glazed donut. So today we're going to make this very easy and simple. We're going to open all 3 containers. These are really great. They're from Creation. And I bought some sort of breakfast there at times, and they give you $1 for returning these, but I love them so much and I haven't. I do have a few, so if I continue to go back there, they're not located close to me, I'll probably give these back and, buy something in a new one. But for the time being, I'm keeping these. I also want to say that one thing I've started doing is keeping a lot of the containers in which we buy food. So if they're glass, like little containers from pickles, even big containers from pickles at this point, because I often find that if we have guests and we have leftovers, we want to give those leftovers to our guests, but I cannot continue to give them our containers because I don't have that many, and the ones I have I use for my meal planning, and I just can't let go of them because then it affects my whole groove, and I only buy what I need, so it's like if one goes out, then I need something else to replace it. Anyway, so I've adapted this idea that I saw on Instagram, and I just keep all these containers. Now, I have quite a few at this point, which is shocking because that means that I'm consistently buying things that have so many packages, but because they're glass, I'm not worried about it because even if I can't use it, I'll give them away and clearly they're going to be used. But I only share that because these are super cute and there's mason jars, but if you have something that you can use, don't buy anything extra. We all have so many different things in our kitchen, it's just such a waste of space. So with that in mind and my little lesson on wastefulness, we are going to focus on the oats. So first, I do not print my recipes. I just have them in my phone and I save photos of the recipes in a file in Photos, which makes it so much easier for me to locate it. I do not write them down or print them out because I don't have a storage space that is going to house them and then I'll remember to refer to it. So I just find that this is the best solution. Anyway, so the recipe says we need 1/4 cup of rolled oats. So I really love these, as you can see, and they make this wonderful sound that I don't like, but they have these little things and they come in various sizes. And I bought them at IKEA and they were like $5, but it's so great. I do not disconnect them. I've had somebody ask me that question before. I don't like to lose things. I want them connected. That way they're going to jingle along somewhere and I will find them. Super easy. We only need 1/4 cup. So we're going to use this and it is 1/4 cup or 60 milligrams. And depending on what measurements you're using, this is really great. Plus you can track it in an app if that's something that you do. So we're going to fill this and then drop it into one of the containers. Then we're going to do the second one and continue to do the same thing with the third. This is actually quite convenient because it goes right into the container and I don't have to worry about, putting it somewhere else. So I'm going to get that off the top. I'll clean the mess later. You know how it goes. Here we go. So we got that in. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add chia, I believe, and that is correct. We're going to do a tablespoon. Tablespoon comes in this smaller version, and I think this was like even cheaper than the $5 one. And we're going to simply open this. Now, I want to share that I love that this comes in a container. I buy them sometimes in a bag, and then what I do is I move the chia into this container just because I already have it, and it's so convenient, and it has like a wide top. Perfect for me and my metal, spoons. And so that was just really easy. And what we're going to do next is we're going to add the milk. And the milk, I believe, is 2/3 of a cup. So I found that this is 1/4 of a cup, and it's so easy to just fill it twice. So we are going to do almond milk for 1 and 2 with oat milk. This one right here, simply because I just bought the oat milk and I want to, really use it. You can definitely use regular milk as well, but I don't, simply because I don't like dairy and I don't consume it. But if you do, you're totally fine. I'm going to take the top off because you can see this is just much more convenient for my purposes right now. And you can also do coconut milk or, soy, if that's what, strikes your fancy. But for me, it's usually almond or oat. I do not usually consume these unless it's in a breakfast form such as this. Or sometimes I'll do oat milk in my latte on a weekend, but otherwise it's black coffee for me. I try to stay away from sugar, so that's something I also check into when choosing milk. Even if it's natural sugar, because everything has sugar, and if you continue to consume so much of it, it doesn't make you feel great, even if it is berries. And I know some people will argue that that's not something to concern yourself with. Eat as many as you want. But I've known people who eat several containers of strawberries a day, and that's just, to me, is just insane. So I do consume things like that, but I try to avoid it when possible, especially in my milk. It's not going to taste any worse. So these are pretty basic. I, as you can see, only added oats, chia, and milk of my choice. And when they're good and ready, I will just grab it in the morning, like tomorrow, and I will have my wonderful breakfast ready for me. Now, I will say that I do add things like nuts sometimes, or berries if I want to, or sometimes I put a little bit of honey in there. So it's up to you. If you want to add something in it, go for it. You're not gonna ruin your whole day by adding a little bit of something. But I do like to keep it plain and on the day of decide. And sometimes I will, when I'm going to work, I will add honey on Sunday evening into each container and, like a spoon or whatever, and just kind of move it around. And it just works perfectly for me. Now, what I will say is that you want to shake them about a little bit because you want it to mix. And you can use a spoon, but since I already closed them, we're just going to do this, which is perfectly fine. And then we're going to refrigerate them, and by tomorrow morning, they'll be ready. So, again, this is something that really works for me. I also do the same thing with lunch and dinner. I haven't done it so much while we've been home in COVID, but I think I'm going to start doing that again, and I'm hopefully soon going to put out a video on that, because I find that even when we're working from home, if we're not prepared, we're grabbing things. And it's been so easy for me because you just, you eat your breakfast and then sometimes you eat it a little later. And then all of a sudden it's like 11 o'clock and you're thinking, maybe I should have that banana or a bar or something. And the next thing you know, you're not hungry and it's 12, then it's 1. And so your whole day has been thrown off because then you're eating lunch late and dinner is going to be late. And anyway, for me, and then it's extra calories, it's just, for me, it just drives me a little crazy. I'm a little bit OCD in how I approach food, and if it's not a system in place, I can't stick to it. So this is something that truly works for me, and I will be consuming it throughout this week, hopefully with the help of my husband, and Mimi, possibly. So that's really it. I thank you for sticking with me and watching this, and I hope to see you very soon. That's the plan. And if you like this video or want to see more like it, go ahead and click subscribe. What's wrong with me today? Subscribe, thumbs up, wave, comment, share recipes. I would love it. That's another way to store them. Refer to my videos and comments of others. So that's really it. And I hope to see you soon. Have a great rest of your day. And don't forget, Sunday nights are to prepare for the week. Have a great one. Bye.